Hello everybody, Buddy with Midland, Texas. I'm going to name this video Dope Deal Went Horribly Wrong. Hailey Dunn is a famous missing murdered 13-year-old cheerleader from Colorado City, Texas. That's about 80 miles from Midland, where the secret underground homes are located. Her case has made national news and was even on Nancy Grace. She was reported missing on December 27, 2010. This was 2 months after the underground oil show parties when my friend Angie Mungia Herrley told me about another young girl that was murdered. I was shot on January 28, 2012, and the next year, on March 14, 2013, I emailed the Department of Justice Safe Child Project, and I suggested they come to Midland, find the underground homes, and look for clues in the disappearance of Haley. 2 days later, her remains were found in Scurry County, which is where Big Springs is located. She had been missing for over 2 years. And as soon as I suggested they look here, poof, there she is. And nobody came to my home and looked. Now I've documented via screenshots and recordings around 10 people who said that Haley was killed in Odessa, Texas. This is who, where, and why. It's my belief that she was kidnapped by Aaryn Brotherhood gang members over a drug debt that her stripper mom owed. All of this evidence has been ignored by the police and the press, much like the underground homes and the many people in the attic crimes. They arrested the mother's boyfriend, Sean Atkins, claiming that he bashed her head in over in Scurry County. On June 25, 2023, I posted a video called Dope Deal Went Horribly Wrong, and I tweeted it to the Odessa American, Odessa Police, Ector County Sheriff, City Odessa, News West 9, Fox 24, Midland Reporter Telegram, FBI Dallas, Texas DPS, DHS Homeland, San Angelo Live, Associated Press, and CNN. I got no replies, but 2 days later, the FBI advised to release Sean and drop the charges. The Who Killed Hailey Dunn Facebook group, which is run by Haley's dad, Clint Dunn, and his PI, Erica Moore, said, "We have received information in our inbox that Sean Atkins was released because of paranoid schizophrenic Buddy Wayne Webb." This life-destroying lie was first made up by MPD Officer April Chandler about 48 hours after I'd been shot by somebody under my home with my phone lines cut. I've never been diagnosed with that. I don't have that. That's a lie. What Chandler didn't know was that I'd been cleared by mental health at the hospital, and they checked due to the lies that were being spread after the murder attempt. I was a crime victim. These lies have been used to discredit me and cover up many crimes, including the murder of this little girl. I suspected the reason for this obvious cover-up for the Hailey Dunn murder may be because of the underground parties here. 2 people told me that Haley's mom, Billy Dunn, was a stripper at the time, and it makes sense that all of the strippers in the area were at the oil show parties. That would be a big money maker for them. Janice Freeman Driver told me, "Now, buddy, I heard that Billy from a reliable source and that Haley was going with her as well as staying in the dressing room while BD, Billy Dunn, worked the stripper pole." Stacy with the Hope for Hailey Dunn Facebook group says, "Keep in mind while she was stripping, it was a third job because Clint didn't work." And Michael Morales told me, "I was told that Haley was peed out to her father's oilfield friend. I was told her father would get up to $500. I wondered if that was at the underground oil show parties. It makes sense that the wealthy and powerful men at the underground oil show parties, along with the high-level police that Angie said were there, wouldn't want anybody to find out this famous missing murdered child was at those same parties with their stripper mom. And that may explain this blatant and absurd cover-up." Let me show you some evidence. This is a copy of the email I sent to the Department of Justice, and it was on March 14, 2013. 2 days later, on March 16, 2013, the remains of Haley's found in Scurry County. And there it is, DOJ.gov. I have, and some of the things I wrote, I have overwhelming evidence to support the allegations of an underground facility, okay, and I do, okay. I believe that these same slavers could be the same people that kidnapped Hailey Dunn, okay. Maybe she's being held by these slavers below my home right now. Isn't it amazing how I sent that? She's been missing for 2 years, and then we found her. We don't have to go to Buddy's house now, you know. And why wouldn't they want to go to Buddy's house? Because they had exposed the underground homes, right? Okay, and here is News West 9 in October 25th, 2021. And what happened was lady named Sonia Renee Callahan wrote a letter from the Odessa jail. She saw a young girl who matched Dunn's description. In the letter, she claims that girl was held against her will and drugged in Odessa home. Another drugged, okay? She wrote that the girl eventually died of an overdose and was dumped behind the Ector County Coliseum. And keep in mind, they had a guy arrested for bashing her head in. Okay. And so this was, she said it was all sparked from a dope deal that went horribly wrong. That's why I named that video that. And Haley was supposedly used as collateral for a drug debt that the teen's family owed. And then I found out that the mom was a stripper. You know, do you think strippers might do drugs? I don't know. Yeah. Here is a tweet, okay, that I sent in on June 25th, 2023, and 2 days later they released Sean, okay, and it says dope deal went horribly wrong. You see it right there, and it went to the Odessa American, the Odessa Police, Ector County Sheriff, City of Odessa, News West 9. I already read them off to you. The main one's FBI Dallas, so because they're the ones that advised to release Sean, okay. Okay, this was national news. Quick Google search will tell you Sean was released 2 days late after I tweeted that video on June 27th. It says Sean Atkins was released from the Mitchell County jail after 2 years after he was arrested for the murder of 10-year-old Hailey Dunn. 2 years, and he was in jail facing murder, and probably life and maybe the death penalty, whatever. Okay, this is the Who Killed Hailey Dunn. This is Clint Dunn's the father's group and his PI Erica Morse, and I've always felt like they were trying to spread misinformation and cover up what really happened to Hailey, and maybe because they were at the underground oil show parties, you know, when 2 months before Hailey went missing. It says we have received information in our inbox that Sean Atkins was released because of paranoid schizophrenic Buddy Webb. Okay, and that's a lie, as I said, and but even more than that, you know, you think the FBI would release somebody from murder charges based on a paranoid schizophrenic? Of course not. Okay, and here's Janice Freeman Driver says, now, buddy, I heard that about Billy from a very reliable source, and that Haley was going with her as well, but staying in the dressing room while BD worked the pole, okay, the stripper pole. So if she was taking her to the strip clubs, wouldn't she take her to the underground oil show parties? It just makes sense. And then the hope for Haley Dunn admin Stacy says, keep in mind she was stripping while it was a third job because Clint didn't work. She's a nurse. She's doing secretarial work and stripping. So I had two people confirm that. And then Michael Morales up here, he's the one that told me, says, I was told that she was peed out to her father's oil field friends. I was told that her father would get up to $500, you know. And I said, this wouldn't surprise me. It was even told that she would take it upon herself, make money without her father. So you can see why they might want to smear my name, you know. And because I'm taking screenshots of what other people told me. Okay. And then here, the underground home in my backyard, okay, that used to be seen on Google Maps. As soon as I told the city about it, got deleted. But you know, there was one of the bunkers, underground homes in my backyard. And Tisha Wilkinson Brumley is the one that told me, I've had friends been involved in those oil show parties. They're exactly what you say. They are underground homes, you know. And then Jessica Lee Hadley told me she'd been to a lot of oil show parties. There's more than one girl that was murdered or raped because she didn't do whatever they wanted her to do. Okay. And then finally, I want to close this out, was on the name smearing. 24 hours, there it is, on 1/30/12, after I'd been shot with my phone lines cut, crawled out to survive, you know. This officer, April Chandler, writes, paranoid schizophrenic Buddy Webb. She literally made that up. I've never been diagnosed with that. You know, it would just come out of her criminal mind, and she's a cop. I mean, this is a dirty, dirty, dirty cop. And then also Rosa Rodriguez, who seems to be her partner in crime on these premeditated capital attempted murders, says, I contacted the hospital to evaluate and commit Buddy, you know. And so, you know, they were working so hard to cover up this murder attempt. These officers were. They're the ones that they're proven tampered with evidence, falsified police reports, all that. Okay. But what they didn't know, I was cleared by mental health at the hospital, you know. This is on my permanent medical record. An attempt was made to place him because we thought the police department required that he not go home. Can you imagine that? They thought, you know, I shouldn't go home, you know. And so eventually we found out that wasn't true, and that he'd been cleared by mental health services, you know. So all this time, everybody's calling me crazy. You know, all the doctors don't agree with you. You know, I've been cleared. I'm the victim of a premeditated murder attempt. So now you know the rest of the story about Hailey Dunn. I thought you might find that interesting. That's not in the news, folks.